Hi, leaders. It's Elizabeth Galbraith, and I am recording this productivity insight on October 31st, which is Halloween here in the States. I was at my son's middle school this morning listening to sixth graders talk about Halloween, and I overheard a conversation of a couple of students who were denying that anything scared them at Halloween time. And it was a perfect prompt for me to make this recording. One of the topics that I really like to dig into with clients is fear as leaders, and to get leaders to talk about the fact that we do have fears, that it's human for all of us to have fears, and how do we move forward despite having those fears. I actually want to give you just 4 quick steps that will help you to move through fear, not necessarily to eliminate it or to conquer it once and for all, but to make sure that fear is not causing you to hold back, causing you to be indecisive, or causing you to shy away from opportunities. So, the steps that I want to cover. It's not brain science. The first is actually acknowledging the fear and letting ourselves recognize it, naming it, making sure that what we think is the root cause of our fear is truly the root cause. And then talking about it. Talking about it, yes, in private with individuals that we trust, our confidants, but also being willing to be vulnerable and talk about it with your colleagues, with your other leaders, with the team at your organization. Leaders who are transparent, who do not pretend like everything is always going wonderfully, are the leaders who gain trust, whose team members become very loyal, who are willing to go above and beyond, and who can connect with the leader. So going back to the steps, name it and acknowledge it. Make sure that the fear that you believe is the root cause is really what you're fearful of. Talk about it. And in doing so, you can start to identify strategies. And those strategies might be truly overcoming the fear, realizing that what you're fearful of maybe isn't as big or as scary as you think, but also strategies that allow you to move forward despite the fear. As most of us know, it's that place of discomfort right outside of our comfort zone, which is where we grow, and which is where we actually lead best. So, as you think about your fears currently, and you acknowledge them, name them, talk through them, and find strategies to work through them, I'll go ahead and share one of mine with you. I'm going to walk the talk here. One of my greatest fears is appearing to be not as well prepared as possible. And that actually happens every time I come in to record one of these insights. I feel the need to write out all my notes and make sure that I've got my script. And I want to make sure that I am conveying my message as clearly and succinctly as possible. When I name that and when I acknowledge that, what I'm really recognizing is that I'm trying to achieve perfection, which doesn't exist. And it reminds me that I just need to hit record. I just need to get what's on my mind recorded onto the video and let it out into the world. And if it makes a great positive impact on one person, then my job is done. And if it doesn't, there's no harm. Right? I can come back and record another video, and maybe that one is going to land a little bit more effectively. So as I talk about it, I realize that I need to take action. I need to not get stuck in the planning and revising and making sure I've got everything ready. And I just need to move myself into action. So I'll end today's insight with a question for you, leaders, and we're all leaders. What is one thing that is creating some fear in your leadership of others? That could be leading your family, could be leading in the community, or leading your business team. Can you acknowledge it? And can you make sure that you're naming it appropriately? And then who can you talk to about that fear to get to the point where you have strategies, where you have an action plan, and you can recognize that we can lead with fear. We don't have to eliminate it first. I hope this productivity insight for leaders was helpful for you. And I will say it once more, acknowledge your fear and carry on regardless.